Hello again and welcome to the program. I am Suren. Did you realize that you might also belong to the endangered species? Could it be possible at all, right now? You are also at a point where you might be at a danger of extinction. Have you ever thought about that? Now it seems to be the time to wake up. In fact, mirroring back the reflection of who you are or have chosen to become, which is displayed in all your new relationships. What is it like in this reflection of you, to you, as you see it? Are you happy for what you have become, or where you are at right now, or who you are? Whatever you choose to be, and the choices you made, are who you are right at this moment. You know it. It goes for all of us. It's also determining who else you want to become. You are who you are, and the choices you have made, idealistically, it is an interesting experience to be had as a human being, and being human, and doing, the human things as best as they can be done. Now, how do you see those emotions making you feel whole, or giving you what you cannot give yourself by yourself to feel good in order to function as you should? Are you also a romantic? Just by being perhaps amorous, when you adore, when you are dating and dancing with flowers galore? Imagine now you are surrendering to the wildest exploitations in that given situation. It is happening in that very moment. Is it fun and great excitement, which is not to be missed for once in a while, in the right time and the place? Just a choice. To experience more profound knowing of yourself is also in this offering. Surrendering is like giving yourself a blessed, sacred gift. Think about it. What can love do now? Indeed, your choices, the creations you have chosen, and they became the creations of all those opportunities for you to extend and expand into a greater growth and knowing of yourself. All the sacred relationships can only be sacred when you are doing your best alone, when it is full of fun, light, laughter, and that is when you try and make all the choices, choosing the books you want to read and the poems you are interested in. This very moment can never be the same ever. So, the importance of love of self is so sacred. And it is the balance in your life when seeking answers of your own. The question is, how can you provide love and love in love? If we don't have it for ourselves, and we cannot give love to ourselves, or be loving to ourselves without love, is it possible? Do you recognize this dilemma? When you are feeling really good about your own self, your sense of self is at an all-time high, and all the energies transmitting and sending out love. It is an all-encompassing field of energy influencing how you see and feel about yourself. When feeling not good about yourself holds you back from getting what you wanted from the choices you made in the past. Now, you are given but opportunities for making the right choices, which are always at your disposal and at your command. A good choice always returns back to you as good feelings, contentment, satisfaction, and completeness, freedom, and will. They are like the two sides of the same coin. We are all free to make choices. Choose wisely. We are always free to change our minds, also about our choices. Now, isn't it ironic that human nature has always a harmful side, which always works by heading towards erosion, which takes away the sense of self, undermining self-esteem, your confidence and freedom is affected. Think about it. When all that is observed from relationships in expectation for the selfish gains, these relationships will inevitably fail. Abuse, greed, monopoly, and manipulation are indeed the invaders for what is precious, blessed, and sacred. Indeed, these are the elements which bring every relationship to an end. Believe it or not. Becoming well-focused on yourself. What you are doing is mindfulness, and you will never be happy at the expense of another. There is a need to be your own self in due diligence when in service to the greater design that is beneficial and unconditional for you. Therefore, humanity has a higher purpose, and that is promising, nurturing, and rewarding. Indeed, when we are totally enthralled in the process of giving and caring, we are given back to 100-fold in ways and means we may have never thought of before. And it is not selfishness or egotistical, when actually it is our truly acquired responsibility, and in fact our duty of care is to understand, to discover, and to know ourselves truly. Therefore, only concentrating on the weaknesses of the other person can cause relationships to fail. And when we are true to ourselves, we can only be transparent, honest, open, and trusting in giving and receiving love. And these are not only my words, believe me. When it comes directly from your heart, the confidence in your values and beliefs become congruent, and that is what authenticates you, me, all of us. So the question is there really any need to steal or cheat and hurt as it happens with some people? Question mark. Similarly, is there any room for plagiarisms? The whole universe is at full capacity with suggestions, probabilities, and more to benefit from. Now we all need to be our own creation. What is the difference now between an idea and the thought? Indeed, also with relationships. They showcase everything. That is, everything imaginable that is to be made known to humans when they decide to do anything. Thoughts are a choice of words. Okay? Choosing an action is then all up to you. What you ask becomes exactly that who you will become. That's the truth. You and I, we all need to be truly confident about ourselves. We need to be absolutely certain of what we want. Remember, you have a creator self, which needs to express the purpose of coming into the world just to be, to do, and to experience the best of everything one can have. Oh, human, the wonderful creation, you need to see yourselves as blessed. It is the mirror of reflections in the same light of your experiences to learn from others. All your intimate relationships are at a holy ground. Beware and thread it softly and gently. What would you love to do? Do you know? Maybe it is easier to ask the universal mind, the all-knowing, omnipotent encyclopedia of universal university. Consider, nothing else exists outside of you, and the creation is within everything, all around, and within you. Learn to prioritize yourself. This is the first element that begs the question. We need to be at ease when lifting our spirits up into the higher frequencies, wherefrom the self-esteem will support our courage and willingness to stand up and be counted. But know the obligations in life on the opportunities you are constantly given. Relationships are sacred, and they are the perfect tools for the Creator Spirit to create. The creative mind needs to get totally infused and self-assured to view all the experiences available. However, there is a warning from all the choices considered. That is what we are considering here. When the creation is blessed, a healing of the past into the present is the ultimate union between one's inner self and the external reference which shows you up as you are. What do you feel? Do you like it? Or do you wish to change it? Your best life to be is still out there. Honesty within your own truth is the light switch. It has been turned on, and it is called enlightenment. Your best life is by choice only. Your choice to reach out. All can experience love, light, and laughter, creating the start, the beginning, and the end of all endeavors. This way, suffering, pain, poverty will erode away. We all need to choose wisely, doing the best we can do. And this brings about the best for the rest of our lives. Living in acceptance and willingness to behave in a manner that is fair for all, and all being equal, a new way to live happens as one in a state of unity, oneness. There is need to end exploitation of resources, and things can be produced for the highest good and in accordance with the needs of each country and people. We all can make a big difference. That's a fact. Remember, everything is creation. All the atomic structures are on the move. Action. When you are healthy, wealthy, and wise, that brings a richness and discernment, which is the common denominator, which is and can only be based on, you guessed it, love. It's not my philosophy, it's a fact. You cannot log in to love if you don't love yourself. Love is an enormous field of creation to support all that you need and everything you want to do. Love of self mirrors back at you, even what choices you made back in your past, mentally, physically, and, if you like, spiritually. When seeking answers, go within. Go deep down inside of yourself, at the exclusion of all elements, and give this experience a go by being very patient. When your investments safely kept, do you realize that security will be completely on your side? You need to give and receive wisely. They are honesty and trustworthiness. Do you know the combinations of your security code and the keys to your personal security? Now, health is as important to wealth and as important to richness. Wealth. Health is the greatest part of wealth. It seems that you cannot afford not to care and be compassionate. There is nothing to be lost when you invest in looking after your own planet or looking after your own neighbors. Doing your best or sharing your true self by living with the philosophies considered herein is the best so far. Practice and theory will give you the confidence and self-worth to live by a good life, or as you wanted it to be. Do you know that if you keep those riches on the shelf for a long time, it could be only named as madness and as being in denial, when the most of all your perfect self, in fact, becomes more than a sign of abuse. Think about it. When one cannot advance or evolve, one can self-destruct at the same time, because self-regulation cannot be identified as self-denial. Keep that in mind, because self-regulation is respect and responsibility. It is being open to opinions and ideals and creeds, whilst not necessarily agreeing with them. Behaviors towards others are a showcase where beliefs, values, and attitudes in display are deemed to be asserted, acted on, judged for, or against. Choose, therefore, wisely the right choice of behavior. When you speak of these ideals, you may soon find that some do not even listen to you. Are we looking for the rationale here? Question mark. Just imagine that your food is being preserved, correct? And good food is unusually put in the garbage. Probably it's happening. What is good about that? Well, the only good thing is that if some foods are preserved to stay fresher for longer, for all to benefit from, that's a good thing. However, is there any balance? Let's question that. Consider that high salaries are paid for what appears very little effort in sports and corporate bodies, film stars, you name it. Well, ministers, teachers, nursing staff, and researchers are seemingly fighting to find a cure for health dilemmas, or otherwise people suffer, and there may be not enough money for that. Think about it. Let us then ask ourselves, why is the common good of many has never been considered or questioned? I think you also could be contributing to this problem of greed, which squares the seat of governments. There are many dollars made and to be made, and much profit to be had by putting policies together for supposedly the common good for all. But the outcomes are usually too little and not enough. Have you considered? This is you. However, Earth is your greatest resource, and it is the only legacy you can give to your children. We all have the responsibility now, a duty of care for the planet and for each other. Frankly, the good of the many has been ignored up until today. Keep that in your mind. Whilst also the goods obtained from the planet, Earth, are known to be assets and resources, and the ecology is exploited for making huge profits. Am I right? People's plight, and the most part of it, is also ignored. The underprivileged everywhere are forced to grovel just to stay alive, while affluent would protect it, increasing their roles. The wealthy whimsically consider filling their accounts with more money, while poor keep starving. Emaciated children lie, and for the most part die in the arms of their heartbroken mothers around the world. This scenario looks exaggerated, doesn't it? That is true. Where is the care and compassion? How much longer can you, as a conscious, beautiful individual, live like this? Leaving it up to others and saying it is their choice and their choice. Yes, this is so cowardly. The lack of understanding and complacency is grandstanding to remain ignorant, arrogant, and separated from all that is known and or unknown. This is called attitude of arrogance, self-indignation, and barefaced shamelessness. Harshly said, isn't it? How much longer will heads be stuck in the sand? What is happening here is in the markings of crises. What happened to feeling and care? Remember, current society is profit-driven, and technology is the new warlord. And technology claims to be for almost everything. Then why are the trees being chopped from the land, wasted away? Now show me recycling depots. Bins are full. So are these designated waste areas. How is the recycling working here? Can you speak of equal opportunities for everybody? Really? No one exactly thinks the same. Perhaps no one is physically and spiritually deceived. And everyone is unique. How could you be the same? Anyway, even your genetics are like the other person's to join the DNA designing and creating who you are and they are and your choices back to the balance? Who do you choose to be? Through your own individual, personal desires? Remember, is that you choosing those choices you already had and you have become? Thoughts become words expressed and also actions undertaken. You can be committed to the pioneering of a new strain of thoughts, ideas. Do you really understand the reason why they never understand? Until now, the so-called age-old knowledge, which was simply ignored, later were understood to be very spiritual. But with the new technologies of today, this information has proven to be a shocking experience. Are you with me? The choices you already made altogether, while also using your free will, and you kept on choosing and deciding, proves the reasons in which some understanding surely occurs. That too is advancement. I'll keep my words a little shorter now. Thank you for watching. We will meet you again here by the next episode. Until then, keep smiling and be happy. Thank you.